What's up, friends? Today we're checking out the opening for Dandadan Season 2. It's called On the Way. It's by AiNA, The End. We'll be looking at this from the perspective of a producer, artist, songwriter. Also, I'm probably only going to have like 6-second intervals of this video because Japanese music companies can sometimes be like super intense about their copyright laws. So I'm not really going to mess around with that. Okay, there's a few things going on right from the get-go. I think her voice is awesome. It reminds me a lot of AiNA. Not the same, but really similar. And also kind of Yama. It's kind of that husky mid-range vocal. It sounds really rock and roll. I also like that the background instrumentation has this low-pass filter, so they're taking out a lot of the high-end frequencies of that instrument so that her vocal comes in extra clear. Also gives kind of this lo-fi, chill feeling to the song. I think it's interesting that once the drums come in, we don't fully unlock the high-end frequency for the instrumentation, but the drums have all of their frequency range. So we're not limiting the drums, and that really brings that percussive, exciting energy to the forefront for the song. I really like all the cool technological sounding effects, a lot of like synthetic sounds in this, and I feel like that reflects well the ideas of the series where you have kind of these alien, super scientific life forms. You also have these, ancient yokai, superstition type entities as well. And it's kind of all happening at once. So I feel like that very synthetic sound fits that characteristic well. That section's dope. I like the section a lot because there's no mid-range instrumentation. There's just the bass, the vocal, and the drums are just going off. It sounds like a cool like drum and bass pattern. And that bass sound has this slightly distorted, monstrous feel to it, which again is reflecting the kind of darker elements in the stories that are often told in Dandadan. It's interesting because Dandadan is a fairly humorous show, but it's also dark and supernatural in certain ways. And so I feel like it's important to reflect all of that. It's a really cool blend, honestly. And so I think it's fun when the music is able to reflect that blend in some way. Oh, that switch up was crazy. We went from this like super lo-fi chill drum pattern with these synth pads. Those are those kind of like extended atmospheric sounding pads, into this really fast part with a completely different vocal approach where we're going from this really soulful, sultry vocal into this ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da, almost sounding like a little girl. And that kind of disjointed switch is also really reflective of like kind of the weird mix of the series, like I was saying earlier. Love that transition. That is so freaking sick. Yeah, great way to finish off the song as well. Just hitting that kind of chorus feeling section. Really fast, really uplifting. Feels like an anime opening. Love to hear it. Love the vocal approach on this song. Love the production. It's just a really cool song. I actually think this is... it's hard to say because that first Dandadan opening was so freaking strong. But I feel like this one's almost more reflective of the darker tones of the series, whereas that first one felt like a more silly approach to it. I also think it's funny that everyone finds it necessary when doing a song for Dandadan to say the phrase Dandadan. It's great. It's just such a musical title for a show, so I feel like you kind of had to do it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I appreciate if you like, comment, share, subscribe. I've got a Patreon if you have suggestions for things you'd like me to react to, and if you want me to cover certain songs. I'm doing a cover tomorrow. I also put out my own original music. Got a new song that I just put out called Don't Wait. It has a similarly dark sound to it. A little bit of a weird transition as well, because we go from hip hop to this very emo sounding vocal, which I think is fun. Hope you'll check it out. Thanks so much. Catch you on the flip.
It's like a